Hello.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George.
oh dear.
George Stobart, ma'am.
It's one of these women.
Sweet. I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God
Oh
aristocrat?
yeah, he's an American.
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The
Ugh.
blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England. So
Ugh.
you appear distracted, George.
God
Is there
damn.
any way I can help you?
Stupid old people with libido. Why can't they ever just keep it to themselves? You know, for flipping sake.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I think it's private
I
detective.
believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Oh, this, this is going a bit too far. This conversation is really going in the wrong direction.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets.
Oh god.
That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe quite a bit. Maybe quite a serious crime involved with doing what you have in mind of doing with me.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Ah, here we go.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead.
Mm.
Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
No, that's probably not gonna be him.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you
that's
were mourning
terrible.
the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
Harsh. Well, Algy's probably not hearing it anymore, so I guess all's fair in love and war. And, well, yeah, love and war, let's keep it that way.
I'm sorry
Moving
to hear
on.
about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. The wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
But whatever happened last night? Purple-haired woman.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
What? He's dead? Oh. Did you fall in love with Plantard?
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin. Merlin Plantard? Well, it could be. He could be. Unless Merlin is his last name. Then we're in a spot of bother. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna zap her. If she has a pacemaker, that's gonna be trouble. Let's show her the picture.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
Oh,
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who
holy
spurned me.
damn. Mr. Merlin, for once, is not into old women, so we'll give him that. And we have a name for the registry, which is very good.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Ooh, revenge can be sweet, can't it?
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He
Oh.
came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Very interesting. We've got a lot to talk about with that clerk.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
You think?
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantar's briefcase.
I hope we didn't say that out loud, but anyway.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Okay, we know enough. It is time to once again talk to the hotel clerk who is doing his nails.
What now, monsieur?
Safe, key, dude. Let's start with dude.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
I have a license to spill drinks all over your expensive carpets if you don't let me in. No, it's not. That doesn't seem to be working. Let's ask about the safe.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats.
Well, if scar identification were a thing, then Jesus, I would have needed some operation in order to be well, myself to have an ID.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
Ah, okay, so the key isn't actually to the room that Mr. Merlin is in. Anyway.
I insist you give me the key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
No.
Precisely.
Actually, that did have an effect. I was like, oh my god, he committed the most vile crime of all. Hurting a woman's feelings. An old purple-haired woman's feelings, but in fact that did strike a chord with him, so let's continue on that little vein there.
He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many
Oh yeah,
as
the killings
3
as well, of
times.
course.
With your help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
Ugh, coward. Should we show him these thingies? I don't know. Let's not. I don't think it's of any value. Can we go up the stairs? Yes, we can. Let's check the rooms.
The door was locked.
Locked. They're all gonna be locked, but we can check.
If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room.
Oh.
The sign on the door read 22.
Aha.
The door was locked.
So, if this is room 21, which I presume it is, it's room 22, and there is some kind of, I don't know, adjacent door? Or a linking door? We can, in fact, get into the room. Wait. Yeah. Moving back and forth. Can we ask the clerk for a room?
What now, monsieur?
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
What?
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Well, the Dutch. They live below the waterline most of the time as well. Yeah. Let's see
Bye,
if
ma'am.
the lady can help us.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Hey.
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh no! It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scared for not?
I was never in the
Poor
Boy
people.
Scouts, ma'am.
Oh.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Yeah, more
Well,
likely.
how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Perfect. Good. There she goes.
I say, you there, flunky.
Oui, madame.
Sup, Flunky?
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Do you even English? And off he goes with a little sway,
Over to you, my dear.
and we nobble the key, and up we go. Well,
The door was locked.
I've forgotten how to use my inventory. Here we go.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Oh. Oh, it was actually the right room and the right key. Oh wow. How cozy. Doesn't really seem very cozy, to be honest. For a fancy hotel, seems a bit forlorn. Light's a bit bright.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
So French. Why is everything here so French? Well, there doesn't seem to be a connecting door, which is a bummer. Let's look in the closet.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Camphor? No idea what that is. Probably some 90s smell. Well, there may be a door behind that bed or something, but if there is, I can't click on it or see it, so really not much for us to do here at this exact time. Well, there wasn't really anything to see there, which is a bit of a disappointment. Can we go to the doctor again? Ask him about things.
Hello again.
Let's ask him about the key.
Do you recognize this key?
No, I do not.
That's a pretty stupid question, then, isn't it? Oh, let's do a status report
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
On the success of our criminal act with the rich
Hi,
old
man.
lady here.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Hello. That's so I got the key.
This is the key to room 21.
That's next to the room taken by that rotten Merlin, isn't it?
Yes, and it's vacant.
Really? How convenient.
Maybe it was my imagination, but I had an uncomfortable feeling about this situation. Yeah.
Come to think of it, we seem to be inviting a woman of age to a vacant hotel room, and the lady of age has already admitted to being, as you say, up for it. So,
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
oh well, we tried. I don't know. How much time do we have before the Dutch occupants, the next occupants of the room, actually check in? Because, like, maybe we have to wait until Merlin
Just
is
a minute,
actually
monsieur.
What's your problem?
in his
No
room.
problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
What?
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Security check.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You
Uh-oh.
want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
That's definitely not good. That was definitely shady business. Also, hello. We're in a little alleyway where not much seems to be going on. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna play a part later on. Can we get out of here, actually? Is it possible to leave this scene? Where do we go? Oh, I thought we would have to go back to Nico. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think there's actually a way that we can get out of this scene. So we'll have to persevere. We'll have to wait until Merlin arrives, I think. Anyway,
Get lost, creep.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't? What if I call the cops?
First, I break your arms at the elbows and wrists.
yeesh,
Then, when you recover consciousness, I break your fingers.
yeesh.
There's just one flaw in your plans, Ape Man.
What's that?
It's broad daylight. I don't think even you would assault me on a busy street. Of course, this tranquil square at the end of a cul-de-sac. This isolated corner of Paris that hasn't seen a street sweeper's brush since VE Day. This would be just about perfect for a mugging.
Yeah, don't
Pardon
tempt
me,
the guy.
I'm about to get very lost.
Are we gonna talk to this guy again? He's an absolute dick.
Hey, Shorty, I didn't think much of your trick, little man. I don't know what you're looking for,
Ugh.
but you picked on the wrong guy. Maybe you'll spread the word around the sewers. George Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart, 2 B's, and 2 T's. It sounded impressive to me, but the weasel didn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still, I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh, yeah? And what are you gonna do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in cold blood, right here in the street,
Eep.
without thinking twice about it.
Well, that failed. Anyway, getting me down in broad daylight on the street and mugging me and breaking my arms at the elbows and wrists and breaking my fingers. I'm in for quite the treatment. Can't call Nico either. Maybe I should talk to this guy again. Or is that risky?
What now, monsieur?
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Oh.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla.
Let's
It
complain.
happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
Complaining.
I want to
complaining.
know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my responsibility.
Right in front of your goddamn hotel, you idiot. Don't you know about, like, appearances? Your reputation? I mean, this hotel... Well, this hotel must have a reputation, because Nobel Prize winners stay there, for fuck's sake.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
Yeah!
No one else has complained, monsieur? Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either.
That's... literally another case of no one in Paris seems to care about anything. Oh, come on.
Do you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel
Oh shit, I
Hugo.
showed him the key.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist. If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I suppose you want the key back.
Not especiellement. The room is vacant.
Oh,
Since you are so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
oh, so he's actually fine with us stealing his key and having a British posh lady annoy him. Oh, anyway. Let me have a think. Oh, let's look at the registry.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Okay. We didn't really learn a lot from that, but safe to check, you know? Safe to check. Let's have another look in our little room. Oh. The window opens. Maybe we should go around the outside. That's gotta be fun. There we go. Oh dear. And let's go in on the other side. I knew this alleyway was gonna play an important part. Get in there. And here we are. Merlin's room. Let's search everything. Do the cupboard smell of onions?
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Of all places. He was too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed. Holy damn, he's so smart. We'll never catch this guy.
The bed
Nothing.
was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Oh, god damn it, the cleaning crew got here before me. Oh well. Oh. Aha!
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died.
That's what we need.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Damn it. Oh, that was it. Let's check the cupboard, but probably the documents are gonna be in the safe downstairs. There's not much here, it seems. Oh. There are 2 points of interest. Like, when I open the door, there's a point of interest there. Oh, there was one here right now, just a bit ago. I must have imagined it. Never mind. We can't go out through the door, can we? Can we?
It was Khan.
Oh,
I
shit.
had a kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
What's that? I was carrying his room key. Into the closet we go. Hiding. Ladies and gentlemen, this has now become Thief.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead.
Just get the pants. Get the pants. Close it.
But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me.
And
I
now
didn't
this
usually
has
spy on
become...
men getting changed.
well...
But this guy was a killer, and I
Some
didn't want
voyeur
any
video.
surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
Sexy. Okay, he's gone. Time to go sniff the pants. Pants sniffing will occur. Oh dear. So, like, looked like someone got there before me. Do we really want to poke his zipper? Really, game? Okay, anyway. Here we go.
I flipped the pants
Oh,
over.
okay. It's turning it over. And touch the bum.
I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end.
Hello?
I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
Huh. So maybe there's
The
something
pocket was empty.
hidden?
I found nothing in the pocket.
Okay, let's turn it around again.
I turned the pants over again. The pocket was empty.
This pocket's empty.
There was nothing in the pocket.
This pocket's empty. Aha!
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Gruber Electronics Corporation. Well, that's a lot that we know now that we didn't know before. Also, Merlin is his actual name.
I turned the
it
pants
seems.
over again.
Or is a fake ID, but we don't know that. We can't determine whether it is actually his real name. It would be pretty stupid, I think, to check into a hotel on his real name when he's gonna murder someone. Anyway, okay, we've got the pants all checked out. They've been thoroughly searched, prodded, poked, caressed, sniffed, whatever you want, whatever satisfies your dirty, dirty needs. And let's go for some, well, parkour, very slow parkour. Let's go for some adventuring and back into our own room. Okay, and I think I'm gonna cut it here, because we have got a lot of new information, we have a lot of new leads that we can go on to investigate, and we shall do that next time. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the series, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, whatever you want. It's all very much appreciated. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.